DC Fitness Squad, what's going on? Happy Monday, happy best day of the week. Hope you're all doing well and amazing. I'm excited for today's live training, today's podcast. We're going to be talking about 3 steps to simplify fat loss. These are 3 tactical steps that I took on my fat loss journey. It's definitely going to help you out in terms of losing weight, toning up. So if you are tuning in right now, I appreciate you. If you're going to stay tuned in, hashtag I'm here. And if you're watching on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay for me. Matt Campisi, what is going on, boss? Hope you're doing well. Just shout out Matt Campisi on my story last week. Shout out for getting your personal training license soon. That dude, so inspiring. Al, what is going on, Al? Hope you're having the best day of your life. I am excited to serve all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you're watching it live, feel free to hashtag I'm here. And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay, because I want to know who's tuning in. I want to know who's getting value. I want to know whose life I am changing. So I'm going to talk about 3 steps to simplify your fat loss journey. It's going to be very tactical. It's going to go into, honestly, not so much about nutrition and workouts. It's really going to get into the mindset of consistency and nutrition, workouts, etc. So it's definitely going to help you out and stay put. All right, I'm going to start this podcast right up. Lewis, what is going on, man? Hope you're doing well and amazing, Lewis. Let's go. Tell me some wins. If you guys are having some wins, definitely let me know. I want to know if you're winning, if you're getting some wins this week. And for my clients, it's honestly like when we do live trainings and I have them drop wins, it could be simple as freaking waking up, drinking a glass of water, brushing your teeth. Anything is a win moving forward. Not brushing your teeth. I mean, that's a win. But if you don't brush your teeth, that's a problem. But all right, let's start this podcast up. I am ready. I'm going too off topic with all this stuff. So let me start this countdown, and we will go from there. Okay, there we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Men's Fat Loss Made Easy podcast, where I'm here to give you massive value that you can implement on your fat loss journey. Today, we're going to be talking about how I've simplified my fat loss journey over time. And specifically, I'm going to be giving you 3 steps to help you out, all right? Because I know staying healthy, losing fat, building some muscle can become honestly frustrating, right? There's just so much information out there, and weight loss can get exhausting with all this information. Should I do keto? Should I do these workouts? Should I do this? Should I join CrossFit? Should I do a boot camp? Like, there's so much information that it honestly can get very exhausting. And you yourself, you're probably watching and you probably found yourself on and off with your weight loss journey for like a few years. You're not really consistent. Work has been busy. You're doing like home renovations, whatever it is. And you just find yourself really not consistent with your weight loss journey. So if you're really struggling with losing body fat and keeping it off, this is 100% for you. All right. There are 3 main things that I personally did in the past 7 years of my fat loss journey to simplify it over time. All right. So I'm going to share it with you, gentlemen, and I hope it freaking helps. If you're watching live, drop some fire. Drop some fire if you're watching live, if you're ready, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever, drop some fire. If you're listening to the podcast, listen, I freaking appreciate you. I love you. Just give me a silent head nod. It means the world that you're listening to this. All right. It means the world. So let's talk about the first thing that I did to simplify my fat loss journey over time, because I tried the keto, I tried the Atkins, I tried literally everything, and I struggled. All right. So the first thing that I did to simplify my fat loss journey and building some muscle was I stopped trying to be perfect. I stopped trying to be perfect, right? Having an all-in approach to losing your next 30 pounds, it's going to lead to failure. I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, it's 100% going to lead to failure. And I love that you're all in, you're motivated, you really want this. But if you go all in, like all gas, no brakes, it may probably lead to failure. And I'm just speaking from experience for myself and from what clients have told me before they signed up for the program. All right, you have to realize, like, you may miss workouts. Every meal isn't going to be the healthiest meal. You may feel extra tired and lazy some days. That is completely okay, gentlemen. Like, you're human. It's fine. Tomorrow's a brand new day. The next meal is a brand new meal. Tomorrow's a brand new workout. Like, it's completely okay. I'd rather have you be consistent than perfect. I'd rather have you try and be consistent than try and be perfect, because if you try to go perfect, you're just going to be going 100%. 50% of the time. That's not what I want. I'd rather have you go 85%, 100% of the time. So try to be consistent. Don't try to be perfect. That's the first thing that I want you to really focus on to simplify your fat loss journey. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. I need some compliance in the comments. And if you're listening to the podcast, just give me another silent head nod. Give me a thumbs up. If that makes sense, stop trying to be perfect. All right. And maybe you can relate to that previously with your weight loss journey. All right. The second thing I did to simplify my fat loss journey over time, help me tone up, build muscle. This is what I teach my clients now more systematically, is I found balance. Right? I burned out so many times, like countless numbers, over 20 on my weight loss journey. Honestly, like that's the truth, because I was just too restrictive. I would go on like Google, YouTube, bodybuilding.com and buy these cheap hands-off cookie cutter programs, chicken, rice, broccoli every meal. Like I didn't know what balance was, right? I thought I had to go all in 100%, and I ended up going 100% 50% of the time, especially with nutrition and like food and beverages, right? You must be able to enjoy your favorite foods and beverages while toning up and losing body fat. It is possible. All right, there are ways around it. Following a macro-based diet personally helps my clients and I have foods that we enjoy while continuing to lose weight. So that's our system right there. I give my clients macronutrient goals so they could actually fill in those goals with foods that they enjoy. All right, so that's the next thing, like finding balance. And if you do that, that's 100% going to help you out. All right, and then the last thing I want you to really focus on, the third and last thing I need you to focus on that I focused on in terms of simplifying my fat loss journey over time, very important, was I fell in love with the process. Maybe a little cliche, maybe you hear it a little bit clingy, but this is the truth. And this is what absolutely changed my life, changed my fitness journey. Too many of us are guilty of only enjoying the end results. We just want to lose weight. We just want to look better in the mirror. We just want to feel so confident taking off our shirt on the beach. We don't want to be covering ourselves with a towel anymore. We want to get to the bottom of our dresser because there are old clothes from 2018, 2019 that don't fit, but you want to fit in them so bad. Like you're so focused on that. I invite you to enjoy the process just as much as you enjoy the results. I invite you to enjoy the process just as much as you enjoy the results, just as much as you enjoy the scale going down, just as much as you like seeing those results, all right, which is great, but I want you to find enjoyment in the workouts, all right? Find enjoyment in eating healthy. Find enjoyment in working on your mindset. Like I learned how to fall in love with that stuff. I didn't just come out of the womb and I was like, I love Gary Vee. I love mindset. I love nutrition. Like I learned how to actually fall in love with the process and not just the scale going down. It comes down to perspective, right? Whether you think about it or not, it comes down to perspective. You don't have to do any of these things. I talked about 3 very tactical things that will help you. This is the 102nd podcast I'm doing. You don't have to do any of this stuff. You get to do all these things. And that is the perspective shift that I would invite you to really change within yourself. All right, like don't go into workouts, nutrition, even a fat loss program like, I just got to get this done. This is just something I have to do. I would invite you to change that mindset, change that perspective and dialogue that you're telling yourself and be like, you know what? I get to do this workout. I get to cook and eat this healthy meal. I get to listen to a podcast because I have 100% normal hearing. I get to see colors. Like, we're taking that shit for granted. That's the truth. If you get to work on your health, you're like in the top 1% of this world, whether you believe it or not. You could be homeless. You could be in a war. So fucking take it, take advantage of it. Honestly, like don't take it for granted is what I'm trying to say. It comes down to perspective. So this right here, 100% what I explained in this podcast, if you do these things, like stop trying to be perfect, just try to be consistent, find balance. Maybe you have to focus on macros. If you want to reach out to me individually, I have some free macro guides I can send you. If you're like, what the heck is a macro? I can fill you in on that, but like find balance in terms of nutrition, in terms of workouts, in terms of your favorite beverages to have, find balance and fall in love with the process. If you do those 3 things, fall in love with the process, find balance, and don't try and be perfect, like inevitably, you will lose weight. You will tone up. It will happen. But a lot of people are just so on and off. And gentlemen, I get it. Work is busy. You're struggling. You're going through a lot, maybe with your house, your wealth, your relationships, whatever it is. But here's the fucking truth. There's never going to be a right time. There's never going to be a perfect time, gentlemen. So make sure you implement what's going on here, what I explained. Stop trying to be perfect. Find a balance and fall in love with the process, and you will lose your next 30 pounds with ease. It's not going to be a problem because I simplified the process for you, and follow through and it will work, gentlemen. All right. So thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you got value, leave me a 5 stars, leave me a review, or you could just keep listening to the podcast for free. I don't care. I just want to make sure you're implementing. I want to make sure you're getting value. I want to make sure I'm changing your life. You're feeling good. You're feeling more confident with your shirt off. When you take it off this summer, you want to feel good. You want to feel great. You want to feel healthy. That's the main thing. All right. So make sure you implement. Make sure you go take action. And I really hope this helped. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Talk to you on the next episode on Men's Fat Loss Made Easy. See ya. All right, DC Fitness Squad, appreciate all of you so much for tuning in. It means the world. Hopefully this was helpful, insightful, because we have to all admit, right? It can be very frustrating, right? You look up how to lose weight on Google, there's probably a billion things that come up. There's case studies, there's stuff that are trying to be sold to you, supplements, weight loss pills, whatever, cheap cookie cutter diet plans. Like if you just do this, which costs absolutely zero. I didn't tell you to go shopping, supplements, buy a program. Like if you just do this, all right, what we talked about in this podcast, if you're tuning in late, definitely watch it on the replay. If you do this, if you do these 3 things, just a kind of summary, like stop trying to be perfect, find balance in your fitness journey, and fall in love with the process, you're 100% going to lose weight, tone up, and feel good. Like it's inevitable. Just stay consistent, find the right help, and keep listening to these podcasts because we're going to help you out. All right. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Talk to you tomorrow. Have the best day of your life, and see ya. Bye.